On a brighter note, well, although the lights are pretty bright, huh? The Extreme Home Makeover, that big ABC story, that has a Willoughby connection.
It really does. You know, as everybody knows who follow the news, Extreme Home Makeover was in Maple Heights and redid a home for a family in Maple Heights. But some Willoughby companies were very much involved in this. One being Marous Brothers Construction,
right.
And Marous has been they're one of our biggest employers in the city today. Certainly I think in our top 10 of companies. They have really grown. This is a family of sisters and brothers. The three brothers that run the company and their sisters all went to South High School. They grew up in Willoughby Hills, went to South High School, and graduated from there. I graduated with Marous. I graduated with Kathy Marous.
Okay.
And but the three brothers, Chip and Kenny and Scott, are running Marous Brothers Construction, and Marous was chosen as the builder on this. So it was huge. And one of the things that people will be able to watch this show in December, but as they see this, it's interesting because they're a Willoughby company, and I was able to speak with them and visit the site and talk to them and that type of thing. It was amazing. You know, they only had 6 weeks. They got the call 6 weeks before, saying, would you be interested in doing this? And they said, well, how many months do we have to prepare? And they said, you know, you've got 6 weeks. And the house had to be built in 104 hours. That's from the moment they sunk a shovel in the ground to start doing the sewer work that has to be done to connect with a new house and tear down the house to the time they turn it over to the show for decorating. They had 104 hours to do that in. And it took thousands of volunteers to help with this. And they actually had 2,000 volunteers sign up, really? And they think they turned away 2,000 more. They certainly could have used, you know, I mean, they could have had more. Yeah. They didn't, excuse me, they didn't need more. 2,000 volunteers they had. The Marouses have always kind of been overachievers, and they asked the show what the record was. They know they have 104 hours, but what's the record? And they were told the record was 96 hours. And so that's what they aimed for, was the 96 hours. And they brought it in right around 96 hours, because I heard someone on the show being interviewed afterwards saying it went up in 96 hours. So they hit their goal of 96 hours. So it was exciting to see so many Willoughby people and so many of our citizens that volunteered. People from Willoughby that I saw out on the site who were volunteering, throwing bricks around and just volunteering, but also Ward landscaping. And people have seen Ward's trucks out for years. And George and Rich Ward are firemen for the city of Willoughby, and they're operating Ward's landscaping here, which they did since they were very young. And also, well, they did the landscaping for this, and all of that landscaping had to be done. It was, I forget how many hours they had. It was like over a 12 or 13 hour period, and they just had to do a tremendous amount, all the way from finishing bricks and sidewalks to fences and all of the landscaping, and moving in tons and tons of dirt to do this. And they got it all done, and their volunteers came from the Willoughby Fire Department. Okay. And they also came from the South High football coaching staff, which was kind of interesting too, because Rich Ward is a coach. Also for the South High team, and asked some of his cohorts there if they would come and help. And so they had, I think, 40 people they had out there working continuously to get this done and to get it done quick. And not only did they do the house there, but they did another dozen or so homes in the neighborhood. That's something else that people, because people are, you know, are put out in the neighborhood here a little bit, and one of the things they try to do is spruce up the entire neighborhood, and so the show tries to do this, and so they actually went and did another dozen or so homes within the neighborhood in doing that. So had a great Willoughby presence, and as you watch the show in December is when it's slated to be on. Be proud of that, and the Willoughby connection there. Yeah.
Excellent. Another hats off to George Ward. I'm not sure if you even know this, but he's very involved with recycling aluminum cans for burned children victims.
Yes.
And he was instrumental in getting that into Lake County Captain's Classic Park.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, every suite there has those containers, and they're all throughout the facility. And that was really,
well, that I got to tell you, I did not know that.
George was very critical.
Does not surprise me. He's very environmentally minded. He's very community minded. He's one of the most community minded guys you're ever going to see. And so it's
nice combination there with
it really
Brothers
is.
And George,
That's super.
George and Rich Ward.
Yes.
Quick.